right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 481. I am your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. As always, we're joined by a man who's definitely not being choked by his aspirations, Wombat. That's a horrible pun, Vader. Yeah, sorry. Hey, Ship, how you doing? Happy New Year.
I'm doing fine. I bet you're going to get some hate for spoiling something there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I spoiled something there? I'll take credit for spoiling. I'll take blame for, not credit, blame for spoiling the other thing for the show from last year. But, come on. I wish I had that spoiled for me. I would have stayed home. Just kidding. I would have went anyway. Anyway, welcome to 2017. Woo! We're off to...
Yay! I love this show.
Yeah, we're back for our, let's see. We started in when did we start?
August.
Of
2005 or 2006?
5, that's correct.
Yeah.
I was just checking to see if you knew.
August 2005. So we are starting our 12th year.
Right.
It'll be 12 years in August.
Yes. So great.
A dozen years of CAD casting.
That's a little scary.
That is frightening. Someone who was born when this show started is now 12.
That is
Crazy.
true. That is true. It is when we meet fans, we do learn that we got to them at their susceptible years. You know, their formidable years.
Exactly.
So there are some people whose adulthood we have shaped, which is unfortunate for them, but inconsequential to us.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be CAD casters.
CAD casters?
Yeah. People who listen to the show, I guess. I don't know. I was trying to get it to squeeze into the pentameter.
I think those would be CAGcastees.
CADcasties?
Right. We're the CAD casters.
Yes. Well, I still say mamas shouldn't let their babies grow up to be us. So it stands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sing more. No, I'm just kidding. Don't.
Please don't.
So we were away for the winter break, holiday break.
Yep.
We had a lot of exciting. We had separate vacations, as Wombat called it, in the Cheapy household, with Ty going to his Japanese school ski trip, which was 3 nights, and Mrs. Cheapy and I went to the Bahamas for 3 nights. Which worked out very well because Ty had an amazing time, and so did we. I would definitely recommend the Bahamas for people who live in like the New York area.
Do you recommend the Bahamas?
If you're bored of Hawaii, I recommend the Bahamas.
Seriously.
GPD.
Oh, hey, I'm going to go out on a limb here and recommend the tropics for your vacation.
I'm just talking about for an easy vacation. If you live in New York, you'd be surprised about how close it was. I knew that I was surprised when I saw the ad on the phone booth or whatever on the Manhattan streets that pointed out it was like 2.5 hours away, and I was like, "Wow, really that close?" And yeah,
and that's by foot.
That's right. But no, I was just very impressed with how nice the people were there. The people at the hotel, but also just, like taxi drivers and really anybody that you talk to there. They seem to really, they're always asking how you're doing. They want to know if you're going to come back. This seems to be like the predominant theme.
Well, that you are their gross national product. So of course they want you to come back.
What'd you just call me? No, I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of places that you go where that may be the case, where you don't get that feeling from just talking to like a taxi driver per se. Not that there's not nice taxi drivers in New York or anywhere, but they really seem they really seem to want you to come back, and it was just a nice feeling. So, but we stayed near. We didn't stay at Atlantis, but we stayed walking distance from Atlantis, so we could, check it out. Do you know about Atlantis? Don't make an Aquaman joke.
Yes, I am familiar with the resort called Atlantis.
Right. It's pretty crazy.
Also, that's where Aquaman lives.
Right.
And Namor, the Submariner.
Right. They share a room.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
They put tape down the middle of the room so they know which side of the room is theirs.
They often get themselves confused with one another.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was the ruler of Atlantis. Is it really? Are their worlds both called Atlantis?
Uh-huh.
You would have thought that somebody would have just changed it.
No, well, the thing is, it's like an easy way to, figure it out. It's like, oh, whereas he lives underwater in an underwater city. You mean like Atlantis? Yes, that one.
But he could have called it like Atlantis or something, just a little different. But who was going to...
I believe Namor was first, so...
Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty cool. We enjoyed the spectacle of that mega resort. It seemed to be a good place if you had a lot of kids with you on a trip, because they had a lot of they had like a teen nightclub, which is separate from the regular nightclub, and just
Why were you in the teen nightclub?
I just saw an ad for it. I was not in the teen.
Why were you there?
Trust me, I
love this kind of music.
I made plenty of jokes about the teen nightclub to Mrs. Chiefy, which I'm only certain that she appreciated. But no, I did not go anywhere near that. I just saw the sign.
How many Shirley Temples did you have in the nightclub?
We weren't even guests at the hotel, so we weren't allowed to most of the areas. We could only just sort of go through the casino. When I won $30, by the way, in the casino, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We went on a little.
I thought the best part of your break was when you went to the Takapusha Wildlife Preserve.
It was a little colder there.
Well, just a tad bit.
We had a nice family, a dad's day out. Me and Wombat were the dads, and our respective children. And we went to the diner, and we went to the place that I can never pronounce, but I've been going there since I was a child. But this was the first time I had been back there in like 30 years.
And it was the first time that your son got to go.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did he have a good time?
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, it was a great
Then
time.
we came back to my house and played Donkey Kong.
Right. And I got to check out the NES Classic. Mm-hmm. I didn't really mean to talk about video games, so, only like 8 minutes into the show, but I think
that's all we'll say.
What'd you think of that NES Classic?
It's cool. It's very tiny, and the games look nice and sharp on Wombat's giant television, which even better than I had anticipated. Not that I had spent a lot of time thinking about it, but it looked really nice, and I played.
It's not a bad little. I hesitate to call it a product because those are in stores. Then you can buy those.
Concept.
Yeah, it's a great concept. Nintendo just knocked this concept out of the park.
You're saying they should go to production with this?
Yeah, I think anytime they want to go into production with it, that would be a fantastic move.
Being a test home for this potential product, I have to agree.
Yes, yeah. I thought it was nice, and it seems I was very impressed with the tiny size of it, and yet it looks, it looks like it's worth $60 when you look at it. They made it look like it's worth $60, even though it's really like not much bigger than the size of my fist.
And it probably could have been smaller than that.
Right. It would just look weird, really weird.
Yeah.
But the controller was seemed really good to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that Shipwreck was able to get one for my friend rather. Not for me. But I don't think I need one. I think I'm very satisfied with going to your house and playing with it, and
anytime you want.
Yeah.
Well, you have the Swedish arcade machine now, right? You
right.
need this.
I did get my Swedish arcade cabinet that has a RetroPi inside of it. So yeah, I don't really need that. But I
also got a RetroPi.
You did? Yeah, I know. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to do some curation for me because there's a lot of work to be done.
So for people who do not know what RetroPi is, because nobody knew, well, a certain group knew what this thing was before the NES Classic debacle, but I think it really took off after nobody could get the NES and everybody realized that there was this Raspberry Pi device out there that it's like $70 is the kit that I bought on Amazon that comes with everything. it's just a little computer that plugs into HDMI and has all the different emulators on it. And
It's just a board.
yeah, there's no skill in putting together one of these. Like that, let's be clear. Like if somebody's like bragging about putting together a RetroPi,
They're not a hacker.
they're not a hacker. There's no hacking going on here. This is literally, comes with a little plastic case that's, I don't know, maybe like the size of an index card, I would say, if you were looking at it top down, and it's like an inch thick or so, at least the one I bought. And you open that up, you stuff the Raspberry Pi card down inside of it, and you update some stuff on a SD card. You stick that in there, you plug in an HDMI cable, you plug in a power cable, and you are off and going. Wombat could do this.
I doubt it.
I have faith.
They're fun. I mean, I really don't have a huge need for it. I'm primarily using it for MAME. I know ROMs are still a legal gray area or whatever.
Touchy subject.
Stuff. Yeah, but let's be honest. I'm not going to buy a 100 arcade machines.
You're not going to go buy like Food Fight,
right?
Put it in your living room.
Right. So, and most of this stuff I've bought so many times over already anyways. So it's great. It syncs up to a PlayStation controller. It has Wi-Fi built into it. It's got all the stuff.
Yeah, mine doesn't have the Wi-Fi, at least not activated. I don't know if it actually has it on the board. I'd have to, but I'm pretty sad. I don't think I need to do too much to mine right now. I thought about like trying to customize it further because you have to have like you have a front end on it. My thing uses Emulation Station, which I think is what you got too.
Yeah, that's what runs on top of the RetroPi.
There's some others you can get too, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's basically just a menu system for switching between the systems. Anyway, it's very fun to have this thing in my living room. Ty's getting a big kick out of, just seeing these basically ancient games, but he enjoys playing them. And I like to, it's fun to introduce your kid to Jungle Hunt or, Food Fight or Paperboy. He was pretty into Spy Hunter, which also
he liked that quite a bit when we went to the arcade exhibit there.
Yes, he was into Spy Hunter, but yeah. Well, now he has it in Lego Dimension too, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, it's crazy to have 2,500 arcade games or whatever it is. Probably less, maybe like 2,000 once you take care of all the duplicates. But plus all like old consoles and stuff. I don't know. It's like almost overload, but it's fun to just have it playing. Just have like the attract mode going on a game in your living room. I recommend it.
All right, I'll do it tomorrow.
You don't have any room in your living room. You can't do it tomorrow.
I don't.
Well, no, you could do the one that hooks up to the TV. I mean, that's how I have it hooked up right now. Is to my projector.
Right. It's cool. It's fun to play these old ass games that you wouldn't really spend more than 30 seconds playing otherwise.